Welcome back to the Ezoic digital stream at Affiliate Gathering 2024. Now I am joined by the wonderful Ryan from Motion Invest.
Hello.
Hello, Ryan. And we're going to be chatting a little bit more about, again, what we think of the conference so far and also about Motion Invest. So, Ryan, take us away. I would love to know a little bit more about what you do at Motion Invest.
For sure. Well, let me start with a little basic intro. My name is Ryan Watson. First time attending this conference on behalf of Motion Invest. And my role in Motion Invest is mostly digital marketing, content creation, social media, and just helping out with any other tasks that come around. I also do outreach. And yeah, like I said, if you follow us on social media channels, I'm usually the ones posting the photos or pictures or anything like that.
Awesome. And so do you come from that sort of background of marketing and communications?
Yeah, like many people here, I got started in the industry blogging and putting together niche websites. So that kind of gave me a bit of an understanding of different things, obviously content creation and writing, setting up websites, social media, and sort of everything that went along with it. For a while, I was also doing some freelance work, just designing websites for local businesses and things like that. But with Motion Invest, I found that I've really been able to hone my skills and learn from other people. This conference being a great example, but also just working on projects. I've actually worked a little bit with Ezoic before on different case studies that we've put together. So it's what I love about working with Motion Invest is they have so many connections with really informed people and companies, and it's great to kind of just build my own knowledge through that.
Yeah, to be able to sort of build on the back of that and say, oh, right, I recognize that one. We work together.
Yeah. And it's interesting coming to this conference and having talked to some of these people on social media and then seeing them in person. It's like putting a whole body and personality to just the face and the name that you see online.
It can feel almost surreal when you chat to somebody for a while or seeing them on social media and seeing their presence. And then in real life, you're just chatting and it's suddenly like, this feels strange.
It does. It feels strange because sometimes you know the people's names too, and obviously they don't know you too well. And you're like, that's this person. Yeah. Whoever it might be. Yeah. Obviously they don't know you too well. But yeah, you don't want to start geeking out too hard. We're obviously excited to meet them and hear from them. And yeah, I'm really excited to just get this conference, and hearing all the speeches so far has been really great. And I know that there's a lot more, so I'm looking forward to just taking everything into it.
Awesome. And speaking of the conference so far, have you had a chance to watch any of the pictures and presentations?
Yeah, I have been watching presentations on and off. I've kind of been going back and forth to my booth. We've had a small issue with getting a banner that was supposed to be sent here up in situated outside of our website. Unfortunately, it hasn't arrived. So I'm being kind of going back and forth, but when I have the chance, I am sitting down and listening to the speeches, and they've both been really good so far.
Nice. And was there something specific about a speech or a tip or a hint so far that you thought, oh, this is really useful, I didn't know before?
Not so much that, but when I was listening to Jason's speech at the start, I was very intrigued by what he was saying. He was kind of just doing a case study about blogging and how long it takes for content to rank through the traditional means of writing and blogging as compared to parasite methods like Reddit or even just posting things on YouTube. So I thought that was a good takeaway to see that, again, we had just kind of gone through this huge March update and a lot of people were punished for being so reliant on Google. He was saying that there's now ways, to transition and see immediate effect and immediate positive growth rather than starting a new website and waiting forever to see your first impressions or two on Google Search Console. So I think that was the most actionable thing taken. It's just that there's other ways to sort of market yourself, and you should, if you're running a business or running your own website, be exploring these things because, like I said, the March update hit people who were overly reliant on Google quite hard. So.
Yeah, I did think that was really, really interesting. We were chatting just before with Jennifer that also works here at Ezoic about how it was really fascinating looking at that case study and also seeing somebody who was a long-standing publisher pivot into newer forms of content or pivoting into vertical videos and things that you previously potentially wouldn't have been avenues just a few years ago, and now really having that as a substantial side stream of impressions and sometimes even revenue as well.
Yeah, for sure. And what I also took away from that was he was saying how well people or the traffic converts on YouTube as opposed to blogging. And just as, as someone who personally uses these platforms, not even solely for a marketing perspective, but if I'm looking up at a review for shoes or whatever, I'm definitely going to go to YouTube, and I'm definitely going to pay attention to the people who put their face there and show some authority and even have the shoes and then kind of give you a whole rundown about the shoes. That is going to convert so much better. And just hearing that from, again, someone who has a lot of experience in the traditional SEO and was probably had some sort of biases towards that, but can recognize how the industry is shifting a little bit and the value of these other platforms. I think that was super valuable to hear.
Mm-hmm. Definitely think, I'm like you, if I want to know something actually works or how it looks, if I'm buying a poster or artwork or a new piece of technology or a part of a PC, I'll usually watch something on YouTube about that because you want to see somebody who has it in their hands. And it's nice to see the tech and the stats behind it of, how well does this actually convert? And it turns out very, very well.
Very, very well. Yeah, for sure. So something to consider moving forward. I'm sure Motion Invest will, right now we don't have too much going on YouTube, but I'm sure one of the takeaways for me is just kind of be growing our YouTube channel and putting more things out on other platforms other than just our website.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of Motion Invest, I think it'd be fantastic just for the folks that are on the live stream that may not be super familiar with Motion Invest, just to chat a bit more about who Motion Invest are and what they do.
Yeah, for sure. So Motion Invest was founded in 2019, and it is a marketplace to buy and sell websites. The idea came about as we saw a bunch of people flipping websites, but it was primarily done through Facebook groups, and there wasn't really a presence there who could help people answer questions and also just be the middleman, the broker who can make sure that the deal goes through successfully rather than people backing out or potentially getting scammed or whatever it might be. So Motion Invest was founded off that idea and has since kind of grown. The industry has grown significantly since back then. We're seeing a lot higher multiple websites now listed in our marketplace rather than before it was a bit more focused on starter websites. But we sell all sorts of websites, software as a service websites, e-commerce websites, and our bread and butter is selling content websites, anywhere from starter website with just a few keywords ranking to, again, websites bringing in 30,000, 50,000 per month.
Awesome. So it's a real big variety then of websites that are available on the platform.
Yeah, and what I would say Motion Invest does really well is we don't try and force anybody to sell their website with us. What we do is provide a free obligation or a free valuation with no obligation to anyone who's interested in selling their website. And from there, if you are interested in selling your website, we have a dedicated team that's going to assist you throughout the process, make sure that you have everything done. And we also speak with potential buyers on your behalf. And you don't have to pay any fees if you're selling your website through Motion Invest until the website is actually sold. All we ask is for a short period of exclusivity where we try and sell your website, usually ranging between 30 to 90 days, depending on the website. So in that sense, I think what we do compared to other places is if you're looking to sell your website and you don't want to go through all the hassle of going onto Facebook groups and talking to all these people and doing it all yourself, what you can do is work for us and we'll take a very small commission. And we already have a large pool of buyers. And I think, I don't have the exact stats off me, but most recently, we generally sell websites within 14 to 16 days once they've been listed on our website. So the turnaround time is quick.
Yeah, that's really great. Mm-hmm. I definitely think, you compare it to something like Facebook, and it can be really time consuming to talk to some of the buyers on there, not just to source them, but then to go through that process, and then for a lot of people on Facebook to drop out. Mm-hmm. And when someone's already trying to manage their content and keep that up whilst looking to sell the site, that can be quite difficult to do at the same time. So that's something that they don't need to worry about when they're selling through Motion Invest.
Yeah, for sure. You make a great point, because before I started with Motion Invest, I would be buying and selling my own niche websites. And like you said, a lot of the time is just spent talking to people. They'll be asking the same sort of questions that you've already posted on your listing. How much is the site earning? What's the URL? Whatever it might be. And you find that, again, like you said, you're just talking to people, but there's nothing really happening. With Motion Invest, all the information's there. People can see how much it is, what keywords it's ranking. We have a built-in API with SEMrush, as well as Originality AI over there. So people can see right on the website how it's ranking, how traffic is performed over time, and how much AI content is on the website. So as a buyer, all the DD is right there. We make it super simple for you. And that also helps the seller because they're not being bogged down by the same questions all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It just sort of cuts out that middleman of being like, oh, right, what's this, and that back and forth. It can, depending on, time differences especially, it might take quite a while.
Oh, yes.
So being able to have that right in front of you is really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Would you say that's what makes Motion Invest the most unique, or is there something else that you think is really, really cool?
I definitely do think that is a big selling point. I think we have a great team of really passionate and knowledgeable owners, which is another thing I think is very valuable. And I just think overall, Motion Invest, what we do compared to other websites like Flippa and Empire Flippers is that we are servicing, like I said at the start, a wide range of sites and prices. And we have, again, a really big pool of buyers, which I would say is the biggest thing if you're looking to sell a website. You're not just selling it to a small group on Facebook, but we have a large international reach. We have people from all around this conference who have come and told me, we've sold a site on Motion Invest or we bought a site on Motion Invest. And that should just sort of tell you the quality of sites that are listed on Motion Invest. It's not just sort of a quick best of with AI generated content being slapped on there for $1,000. These are real sites, real brands, generally with newsletters, YouTube accounts, social media accounts, and pretty much ready for you to take the website and bring it to the next level.
That's great to hear that it's not really having to go through the fact, then also thinking, is this going to be good quality? Do I have to worry about that? Yeah, in the back that's really taken care of.
Yeah, for sure.
On a more personal note, I guess, it would be great to know about what you find most fulfilling about your work at Motion Invest.
Yeah, that's a good question. I really enjoy just, again, personally for me, for many years I've been working with businesses and helping them build their website, which is fulfilling to help people get online. But at the same time, once that's done, you're kind of removed from the picture. What I love about Motion Invest is I feel like we're building something every day, and I'm helping with the marketplace. I'm at a conference like this, sort of expanding their presence, talking to new people, and I feel that that's the most fulfilling aspect of it is working on one single thing and seeing it grow and realizing that I'm a part of that growth, and that feels really good. Mm-hmm. It feels nice to talk about the brand as well, and I feel like when you're working for something, I'm sure you both know this, working for Ezoic, which is a great brand. It makes you feel good when you're working with a brand that you care for and a brand that you like.
Yeah, if you believe in the mission statement, it can be really fulfilling to sort of share that. Mm-hmm. And definitely think, when you work with somebody longer term, for example, in a site longer term, I think it can be really fulfilling to see that growth. And then when you go to what can be a really stressful period for a lot of publishers that are small and they do focus on buying and selling multiple sites, buying something small and building it up using the growth strategies that we're talking about today at the conference, and then going to sell it, that can be a really stressful time for them to see how well they've done.
Yeah.
So being able to have a platform that they know and they trust to be able to do that is really, really powerful.
For sure.
Is there anything that somebody who might not be super familiar with Motion Invest might not have taken away or might not have known that you think is a really interesting fact?
It's a good question.
I put you on the spot.
You put me on the spot here for something I didn't prepare for sure. I think something that people would find interesting about Motion Invest is that we do a lot to help buyers and sellers, even people who aren't selling solely through our platform. Right now we have, as I mentioned before, that free valuation tool, which is very accurate and provided by our DD team. We'll give you a complete rundown of what your site is worth. And again, you're not obligated to sell from us. So you could start your process and be kind of curious to get an expert opinion of how much your site is worth. And then you could go onto these Facebook marketplaces or other places and say, hey, I know my site is worth this much. That's what I want to go for, sort of thing. So I think in that sense, it's a cool thing. And one thing that I'll kind of shout out is personally, since I've started with being kind of revamping the content and trying to make the content more suitable for people who are looking to sell or buy a website, and also just people who are looking to make a content website. So the content has kind of improved, and if you haven't been on our website in a while, I think it's worth checking out our blog, checking out our website, and checking out the sites available just to see kind of what we offer and how we can help in your process.
Awesome. I definitely do think that's a really important point, because having that free valuation is something that is very important to deciding whether you will sell the site in the first place and how you want to sell the site. And there's not many avenues where you can trust that site valuation figure. And it's an incredibly important figure because it can often be quite a large figure.
For sure.
So being able to have somewhere that you can trust to get that figure from without any obligation is a really, really great action to be able to provide to people.
Yeah.
Just a last question for you before I let you go. Is there anything that you're particularly excited about or you're looking forward to coming up at the affiliate gathering later today?
Later today, there's a Q&A, which should be really good. I'm excited to just hear more of the speeches, talk to more people, let everyone know a bit more about Motion Invest, and just kind of take in the whole day. It's an exciting day. Personally, this is my first affiliate marketing-based conference, and it's fun to talk about affiliate marketing and content marketing with people who are also in the industry, rather than trying to bounce your ideas off your friends who really only know social media from a user perspective sort of thing. So in that sense, I'm just excited to talk to everybody here. There's so many great publishers, great content creators, and I'm sure I'm just trying to take in everything as it comes.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good buzz about the place today.
Oh yeah, for sure. It feels that every time the stage, someone finishes speaking, they come outside, you can feel all that energy out there. You kind of just want to be there talking with everybody. It's exciting, and I love it because a lot of the times affiliate marketing, it feels solo. You know, you don't want to tell other people what you're doing for fear that they may steal your keywords. You don't want to go too in depth about your projects online. But here it's like everybody's cheering for each other. Everybody's working for each other's success. So it's a great environment. That's kind of all I want to say.
Awesome. Well, thank you very, very much, Ryan, for joining us. Really appreciate that. And thank you also for watching us talk.